As we track Hurricane Elsa, parts of the Caribbean are already feeling the effects. The storm whipping palm trees and just drenching the island with heavy rain Friday morning. And let's show you this piece of video here. A beachfront hotel in the town of Christchurch. You can see some flooding, strong winds. If you listen very closely there, the wind's whistling in the background. The island also getting slammed by strong surf. And homes were also damaged by winds of up to 85 miles per hour. The gusts blowing off roofs and completely knocking out power. And this is what we are bracing for potentially here in South Florida.
We know those scenes all too well. And Weather Authority meteorologist Brandon Orr, he's standing by to give us an update on Hurricane Elsa. Brandon.
Yeah, you saw the video there as it crossed into the Caribbean, strengthened to a Category 1 hurricane yesterday morning, and it's still a hurricane. Maximum sustained winds have come down a little bit, about 10 miles per hour compared to where it peaked. It's down to around 75 miles per hour, but it's out there over the open water. So once we get hurricane hunters in the middle of this thing, they're on their way now. They'll get an idea of really the true wind speeds, even down to the surface near the water, and will give us an idea of how this storm is changing, because it does look a little more ragged this morning because it's moving so fast to the west-northwest very quickly, 31 miles per hour. We're going to show you the impacts, and we'll take it kind of county by county coming up. I want to start with today because we have 4th of July plans going on, 76 degrees. Not too bad out there. Humidity is very high, so it's still very humid, but at least we're not into the 80s with that same humidity. 92 for highs today. We're going to warm up quick because we're going to get some decent sun going. It's going to be a very hot day. Heat index near 100 at times. 30% chance of a few spotty showers and maybe a brief thunderstorm moving through. It's not that much compared to where we've been recently. We'll get a sea breeze going, and that'll kind of hug the coastline, and we can get 1 or 2 little pop-ups along that sea breeze. So you can see a few downpours dotting the coast, and that's going to be our highest chance of rain today is right at the beaches, but it's going to be spotty. It's not going to last all day long, but if you're trying to avoid some of this, I would say the earlier in the day that you go out, the better. Rain chances do go higher as you get past 1, 2 o'clock, but even then it's only at 30%. I think the heat is a big story today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, that forecast looks identical to what we have around today. Lots of tropical moisture over the past couple of days, but if you look closely, there's this nose of slightly cooler colors moving in. That's that slightly drier air that's in place for this weekend, which is why I kept 30% chance of rain not only today, but on 4th of July too. It's just going to be hot since we're not going to have that rain-cooled air around. And of course, we're watching Elsa at this point, bringing all the moisture into Cuba, mainly on Sunday. So if we start to feel some effects, that would start on Monday. So there's the latest advisory. Here's the cone. Next hurdle we have to try to get through to forecast this thing is not so much to track. We have a much better handle on the track now. As it moves towards Cuba, does it stay slightly offshore over the open water, staying fairly strong, or does it kind of almost die out completely in some of our computer models that take it down the entire spine of Cuba, which would interrupt that inner core and cause the storm to fall apart a little bit by the time it reaches the Florida Straits and around the Keys. This would be Monday night into Tuesday morning. Right now, the official forecast 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm, but we're going to have to watch that intensity forecast closely. All right, here's how we can nail down some of the impacts here. This is getting through the day on Sunday, mainly impacting late tomorrow across Cuba. This is early Monday morning where it's crossing back out over the Florida Straits, likely somewhere around the lower Keys. First rain bands would arrive right here by Monday morning. We're already getting some of this. So as we get towards Tuesday, Florida Keys, this is Tuesday morning. In this particular computer model, probably getting some tropical storm force wind gust. Likely in the Keys. That's probably where we're going to see some of the most effects from this storm. Steady rain at times, especially around Key West. And we will have some storm surge coming in from the Florida Straits. Up towards Miami-Dade and Broward, it's more likely, if it were to go down the middle of the cone, to get some bands of heavy rain with lots of breaks in between. But some of those bands can create some tropical storm force wind gusts in some of those rain bands. And of course, watching out for water spouts and funnel clouds, which is the usual when we're on the right side of the track on a tropical system like this. So that's kind of what to expect as an early heads up of possible effects on Monday into Tuesday. Wednesday and beyond, we're back to our typical pattern of highs pretty close to average, right around 90, and a few spotty storms.